Somebody remember the eggnog thing? That's funny. Hey, it's Eric and Carson. Yeah, the only somebody was bringing up on the in the little chat room in there that what was it, the eggnog challenge that we did?
Yes.
Because like a lot of people do the thing where you see how many shots of eggnog you can drink. We were trying to see how much you could puke.
Yep. Whoever filled the bucket with puke first would win.
And we had the thing is that Carson would never help me on the puking contest. No. I was always on my own. Because basically the way it would work is actually we had to conduct those outside the studio so Carson could be in the studio. Who you would still gag anyway.
Oh God,
because I would always just take the microphones. I'd stick it right into the face of the person that was puking. But that particular eggnog one was the only one that I almost threw up on because it was so disgusting.
Somebody puked up a Whopper.
Well, the problem was that
gross.
the way it was designed was that we were going to see if anybody could, because we drew a little marker lines on the bucket.
Like Double Dare.
And whoever could fill the bucket with puke first and get it over the line won. The problem is that meant that I had to very closely inspect these people's puke as it was coming out in real time, and I had to describe this on the radio. And I remember that I was looking at the person who won, and there was so many chunks. And I'm starting to think about it right now, and it's disgusting. There were so many chunks of food that they had eaten on the way there, and it was actually you could see the burger. You could actually see the bite marks in it and everything, and it was really bad. And I'm always looking at it, it's like, fuck, that hasn't been digested at all. And then you see some shit from lunch, and you could actually, it was almost like it was like the scene in Jaws where you cut open the thing and then all that fucking the Kittner boy's gonna spill all over the dock. But you could actually see the fucking bite marks, and you could it was fully formed food, and I was
gross.
I was sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, okay, all right, this is bad.
The best line of the day was when Eric, this girl puked up, and it was literally a good chunk of hamburger.
Yeah.
And it was probably a good quarter size,
that was
half
the one
dollar
with the
size.
Yeah.
And he actually looked at her on the air and goes, "Do you fucking chew?" Or he didn't say fuck. He's like, "Do you chew? You need to start chewing your food. Like, seriously, that's bad for you."
What's funny?
It was so freaking hilarious. Because this girl's puking.
The memory of that was actually more I think I was pretty close at the time to throwing up, but the memory of that has actually made me almost throw up several times just thinking about it.
Oh, it was horrible.
Because when you're there, it's kind of different because it's kind of adrenaline, because you're like, I'm on the radio and all that kind of shit. But afterwards, I just thinking about it, I almost threw up one night. It was really bad. And I can sit through any disgusting video you throw out in front of me. I can watch it and it doesn't bother me. I've the one guy, one jar is hysterical. The fucking 2 girls in a cup I never had a problem with. Carson threw up twice the first time we saw that.
Couple times.
Which was funny. I don't know if we've ever told this story. It was hysterical because we started playing it. And of course, I'm watching it, just laughing my ass off. And because I can handle it, I wanted to put all my friends in the studio through it. So I kept pausing it. Carson stands up because this is the first shit-eating video we'd ever watched in the studio. So we had not been prepared for such a thing before. And Carson, I just remember that it was that you stood up and you were like, I can't. And then he goes into the bathroom, and I'm just laughing, and we're continuing the video on. Carson about 2 or 3 minutes later shows up at the door. And we've got it back on the screen again, and it's playing, and he immediately
turn around.
He opens the door, almost Kramer-esque, and then just immediately has to turn right back around and go back to the bathroom.
It was horrible, man. It was gross. There was another time where we were watching some other fucking horrible video that Eric had found on the internet, and I actually puked in the studio in the trash can.
Was that Church of Fudge, or what was that? Oh, no, that was 2 girls and a finger. Or that was actually the fully formed...
2 girls finger paint?
No, it was the 2 girls, 1 finger. It was the one where the girls were puking on each other, but gathering up the puke and shoving it into their mouths. I remember you had a problem with them gathering it up in their hands and kind of using their hands. It's almost as if when you listen, do you remember back when you think about the people that were the part of the California gold rush, how they'd gather up things and then they'd take it it was almost as if they were thirsty and they were on the Serengeti and they had to kind of scoop up the water into their hands and just kind of drink it. They were doing it. They were going. Fucking gross. And then do you remember the finale of that video?
No, I don't want to remember the
where it was they were
the bathroom on the corner does work if you have to do
yeah, but there was a finale on that video that it was actually because after they got done with the puke, and what was weird is the puke was stringy, and they were like, they were kind of like
It was too. It was gross.
It was because it was very yellow and stringy, and it was very snot, very viscous.
Yeah, it was gross.
But then it was but at the end of the video, apparently then they got all cleaned up, and now it was time to shit in each other's mouths. And what was amazing was this. I mean, she probably. I mean, I'm guessing Metamucil because it was this perfect brown pine cone shit, just going like very firm, going into the one girl's mouth, and then she held it in her mouth a little bit, kind of tossed it around, and then they then they transferred it back over again. It was fantastic.
Oh, it was horrible.
And then there was the Church of Fudge.
That one wasn't that bad.
That didn't bother you, where it was the guy just shitting right into her mouth?
Because by that point, I had gotten used to it. It wasn't that horrible. But God Almighty, yeah, that just.
My favorite was whenever that one live event that we did. I think it was all the guys from Crop Circle. We somehow got them to watch Two Girls in a Cup.
Yes.
And all of them were just like like there was this huge like part of the bar. Everyone was like just disgusted, and I was just laughing my ass off. Carson was in the bathroom.
That was always my favorite, was getting other people to watch it.
Yeah, because
I didn't watch it again. I would just make other people watch it.
There was a part where Carson would actually just push play and then turn his back.
Yeah, and they're like, watch your way. You're gonna puke. It's gonna be great. Good times.
That was always hilarious.
Yeah.
But I forgot. I don't know how we got on that, but hey, I guess we did. I guess now we just have to own the fact.
Did you hear the latest? This is pretty good shit, actually. You know who Adam Walsh is, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah, apparently they found Adam Walsh's killers.
It was one guy named Otis.
Yeah, what I think is great is this happened down in Florida. If you don't know who Adam Walsh is, of course, John Walsh is America's Most Wanted host. His kid Adam Walsh, like 25 years ago or something like that, was kidnapped or went missing. Well, obviously dead. That or a transvestite now, I'm not sure. But they found the guy's killer, and it's been like 20-something years later.
That was such a ghoulish case because you think back, that was the thing that got every parent to the point where they were convinced that.
It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children's at?
That whole bit, yeah.
Yeah.
That was where that started, and and it was such a random thing. It's kind of the first instance where the media decided to scare the shit out of everybody all at the same time.
And John Walsh made a fucking career out of it.
It was such a isolated incident, but it basically turned the entire country against themselves. Like that was why when you and I were kids, there was all that talk about don't talk to strangers.
Yep.
You need to look at because it was such a ghoulish case. Because remember what happened is that the kid got it was at Sears, and then all of a sudden the kid disappears. Lo and behold, a couple of weeks later, in the most ghoulish discovery, they find his fucking head in a goddamn river. I mean, that's just as. I mean, you're talking about like, I hope he's alive. I guess he isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like just ghoulish.
I got my head in a box.
Yeah, no kidding. And then so like that obviously the fact that it was so disgustingly ghoulish I think is probably what did it.
Well, the thing that got me is it's been 20-something years and they're just now finding the guy that did it. Yeah. Which the first thing I thought of was, wow, now I know why people retire to Florida. Yeah. Think about it. If you
can get away for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna retire, when I retire and I get older, I've seriously thought about this now. When I'm like 55 or 60, I'm moving my ass down to Florida and doing every illegal thing I've ever wanted to do. Like, I might kill
children?
I might just kill. No, probably not children. But, I might just kill somebody just for shits and giggles, just to see what it's like before I die.
Well,
fucking transport some coke. Do all the shit I've always wanted to do, but was always scared of jail. Uh-huh. And then by the time they figure out it was me, I'll be fucking dead.
Okay.
I got a 20-year gap, baby.
Jesus
the
Christ.
Fucking police department down there sucks.
Well, I think, of course, there is, not to piss on your plans there or anything, but they are a little better at it now. Like there's like the crimes are getting the crimes are obviously a lot easier to solve now because now they have CSI shit.
Wow.
Obviously,
that's why you don't go to Miami.
A crime in the 80s.
Apparently, from what I understand from TV, CSI is only in Miami.
You don't watch that, do you?
It's Miami,
Honest
Las Vegas, and New York.
It's the CSI Miami.
No. I've watched it a couple times during the day because there's nothing else on. And I have figured out you can watch about 2 episodes and every single one of them's the same. They're going to catch the bad guy. But the thing I really like most about...
I'm trying to see if it's going to be the same thing that I'm going to say because it really... I mean... Apparently this is a popular show, and I had no idea.
Yeah, that's exactly why I started watching
I can't believe it's popular.
No, I can't either. The thing I love about the show, though, and it has to be my favorite part, is in the very beginning when they first discover the body, and Horatio always has something catchy to say.
That's, what is his name? He was a big deal. It was on NYPD Blue.
Yeah, I can't remember his real name, but it's Horatio Kane.
Horatio Kane, that's David Caruso.
David Caruso,
yeah.
Worst actor ever. Remember he was I remember when NYPD Blue came out, he was gonna have a film career. He was like a big deal. The motherfucker was like the biggest actor for a little bit there. And you're right, he's awful.
Like the greatest. They're like, say they find a dead body in a fishing net.
Yes.
Right before you goes, oh,
yeah,
and it
goes. It's the Who thing.
It's the Who be like, well, yeah. It'll be like, well, looks like they got the catch of the day,
and he'll take his motherfucking
sunglasses off. Well, looks like they got the catch of the day.
Every single one of them, and the motherfucker. And it's not like he gets any better at acting throughout the hour.
No,
he's like, well, we're gonna take this and deliver this line like this. Even in that voice.
And he is the most calmest human being. I just murdered your fucking wife, you piece of shit. Well, I think that somebody's gonna have a bad day.
The piece of shit that's gonna be picked up is you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just great. So
the only feces about to get flushed
I don't know
is your freedom.
If you've got some free time, YouTube, and thank God for it.
They actually have that?
Oh, they have linked clips together.
Oh, nice.
Of the start of all the CSI shows with his little sayings on it.
Yeah.
And there's several different YouTube videos of it. If you just want to laugh, I mean, uncontrollably for a good 5 minutes, then that really is the way to go. Like, click. You got a laptop there. Just YouTube, like, CSI starts or CSI Miami starts.
How about Law and Order, too? Jerry Orbach, when he was still on the original Law and Order, he always made some quips, staying over somebody's body, makes some less lame-ass comment. I mean, if I heard that about my family member, I'd kill the son of a bitch.
It's hilarious. Every time. I mean, like, and that's the problem is David Caruso is absolutely the worst actor.
Oh, God, it really is. But I'm telling you, get on YouTube and look it up. Like, CSI Miami starts. It really is funny.
There's not a lot of...
That's not a very holy man, as a dead guy's hung in a church.
Yeah, or he's got holes in him.
Yeah, exactly.
All kinds of holes in this story.
Yeah,
he's just the worst guy ever.
Exactly.
It's like that. I don't know. Like the TV sucks so fucking bad.
They find a body in the fish yard. Something smells funny about this one.
Why would? And then then somebody comes off screen. Why didn't he say fishy? You'd think that he would have gone for that because that was the obvious one. TV stinks so fucking bad. I can't even believe. Like, there's nothing worth watching out there. Like, you tell me anything, there's a single thing.
House. I still like House.
I'm done with House. It's the same thing every time.
Yeah, see, I'm getting to the point with House with that.
I'm done with House. I'm actually done with Dexter, too. I don't even care. Who gives a shit if he's getting a family? I don't care.
Well, the season finale was this Sunday, and I watched the whole fucking season, and boy, what a letdown.
Yeah, it was nothing going on.
It sucked out loud, and now, okay, he's married, and he killed everybody.
Yeah.
Well, fucking good job. Get back to killing people and almost getting caught.
It's boring.
It really is boring this year.
Like, I thought that Dexter really jumped the shark this year. I thought that jumped the shark.
It did.
But I think that I don't know. I really love Dexter, and now it's just awful.
Californication, on the other hand, is still in my book a great show.
The Shield finished off well. We didn't even talk about that, have we?
The Shield finished off really good.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I liked the ending of it because I was pissed. That's why I liked it. Like, Ronnie got fucked so hard, and I was so pissed about that. And that's how I knew it was a good show, is because it brought up a true emotion in me,
Or when Shane kills all of his family.
Yes, that was all. I thought that was just fucking great. I'm like, you bitches. Because if you've watched the show from the start, it was that fucking cunt's fault that Shane turned out like Shane did.
Yeah.
Shane was fine. Shane was like kind of Vic's yes man, everything, but he wasn't a complete fucking utter moron like he is now. Well, he was, but... He looked to Vic to show him what to do. Well, he got with this chick, and this chick totally screwed his life over, started making him make bad decisions and turning on Vic and everything else, and that's where it really all went. She's the one that made him kill Liam.
Yeah.
I was so glad when that bitch was dead. I felt bad.
Family meeting.
Yeah, family meeting. Fuck you. Sorry, I felt bad for the little boy.
He poisoned him.
Yeah, but I thought it was great. Then to actually show him blowing his head off. and the splatter coming against the toilet wall was great.
So it really, when it comes right down to it, the person who got the rawest deal out of all of it was Ronnie, and he was always like the guy that was like, kind of like a lot more by the book.
Yeah.
He seriously was like the most innocent character on there, and he was the one that got fucked over the hardest.
Yeah, and then I love the way it ended with Vic.
I like Dutch. What are you charging me for? How about the last 3 years?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I did like the way it ended though. The final scene with Vic being at the desk, because it was almost like that was a jail sentence for him.
It was,
which I thought was a really
he
really
lost
good ending.
everything, and he needed to, because he
deserved to.
You started off the entire series with him killing one of his boys,
one of his best friends and partners.
Well, it wasn't one of his best friends. It was an informant.
I thought they were
No,
boys
they were
before he was an informant.
No,
though.
remember, because it was Aceveda that put the guy on the strike team. See, it happened so long ago. You don't remember anything.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But I thought that was a great season. Great series. So what else have I been watching on TV? I watched Survivor again this year. Same old Survivor. It's over.
Could not be bothered.
There is a good show I like called The Mentalist. Comes on tonight, I think, on NBC.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like TV's #1 news show or whatever.
Yeah.
But it actually is good. It's a crime-solving show. But what makes it good is the characters in it. They got some good characters. Like it's this whole thing about this FBI task force. But there's a guy that is on the task force with them. That he used to be one of the guys that would go around and be like, oh, I can talk to your dead family members and everything like that.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen this. This is a big hit show right now.
Yeah, and the guy knows how all the tricks work.
What's the name of this show?
The Mentalist.
Okay, yeah.
And like he can, kind of tell when somebody's lying just from, their way they're talking, their body movement, and he can really fuck with people's heads because he's trained in that. But he's the first one to also in the show, the first one to tell you all that shit's bullshit.
Okay.
It's all fake. Trust me, I did it for years. It's a con job. But that's what makes the show great, is because a lot of times he's the one kind of figuring out who's lying and who did it. And they do a good job of really, the way the show is, they do a really good job of having you convinced it's one person, and then it's always the person you never think it was at the end of the show until the next show. Then it is the person you think it's the whole time. So it's, it keeps you guessing in that manner. Mm-hmm. But the characters in it, they got some good actors. And the guy that plays the Mentalist, I think he just does a fucking amazing job. And the story behind him is, he was helping the FBI on a serial killer case while he's still doing the I can see your fucking whatever deal, and the serial killer ended up coming in and killing his wife and kid.
Oh, wow.
So he pretty much kind of, that kind of straightened him out, and then he devoted his life to
We've got
crime
motivation
fight.
for a character.
Exactly.
All right, well,
but
Mentalist.
he's got some deep, dark secrets, too, which is cool.
I need to wrap up here.
Yeah.
Because I have to go back home. I have the strangest relationship ever. It's just this weird thing. My girlfriend Megan and I, we kind of like.
By the way, props on the girl. Anyway,
she's nice.
I'd say that's the best one you've had since I've known you.
Well, I've been fired and she's stuck with me.
That's how you know they're good.
It was very funny. She's we have this weird routine thing that we have now, and I'm throwing myself under the bus. We have because unfortunately we don't. She's been working and going to school, and I kind of do my own things. I go to the gym. I do this. So we don't exactly always have a lot of time for each other. So we have to set aside days, and we do. But we focus the days, and this is pretty douchey, and I understand that.
Like date night.
No, but we basically we take turns, and they're called appreciation days.
Okay.
Like yesterday was Megan Appreciation Day. Today's Eric Appreciation Day.
So what, you go down on her or something?
Well, it's just I'm.
Is it a purely sexual thing, or is it a thing of you try to make their day really good by foot rubs, cooking dinner, cleaning the apartment?
It's appreciation days is what we call it. So today is now, but it kind of got out of hand. Because I know she was kidding, but I fucking seriously was she calls me yesterday, and I was doing something else. I didn't answer the phone for whatever reason, and she goes, oh, so you're gonna go ahead and fucking you're gonna not answer the phone call from me on fucking Megan Appreciation Day. I called her back. I was like, listen here, we're gonna 86 this whole fucking idea if we're turning this into goddamn Hallmark holidays. I can't have 20 fucking Valentine's days a motherfucking year, okay?
No
I
kidding.
will not do it. I'll go out and I'll get drunk with my friends tonight, and I'll leave your ass at home, and I'll take your keys.
Nice.
I know she was kidding, but still, I said the foot had to come down for a moment. Anyway, so let's wrap this up today by going over the stock prices for radio companies.
All right, what you got?
Let's see. By the way, here's what I think. I think that no radio company should be traded on the stock market.
Yeah, I'm with that. Let's go private again.
Let's see. How about this? Here's what I got. I got Citadel at 18 cents a share. Region Communications at 10 cents a share. Well, just hovering there, aren't they? Cumulus is up to $1.25. They won't be delisted. Saga is at $1.74. Radio One $1.43. Cox Radio. Boy, people talk shit about them, but boy, they're doing the best at anybody. They're actually at $6.28 a share.
It's a good company to work for. Right
Jesus
now.
Christ, I guess it is. Sirius is at 14 cents a share. Sirius XM, unbelievable. CBS at $7.95 a share. Obviously, there's a lot of that in the TV. Entercom's at $1.03. They won't be delisted. Emis is at $2.74. And just for shits and giggles, I've been throwing GM on here. That's at $4.21. They're up today. Higher
we
than
didn't even
Ford.
talk about that buyout deal.
The buyout?
The buyout deal for GM.
Well, it looks like Bush is actually coming to the. It looks like Bush is going to be the one that does it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, because the way they're talking about it on the news is if they do the buyout, they're going to totally redo the companies, and the CEOs are saying they're going to work for like $5 a year or some shit.
Right.
I think that's a step in the right direction. I would like to see the CEOs replaced. Because obviously they've ran the company into the ground, but at the same time, I think if they're willing to work for free, that's a step in the right direction.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I just don't think we should let the auto industry go to shit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this country was built on the auto industry.
Okay.
And if we're bailing out fucking insurance companies, we should sure as hell bail out.
Well,
some
the real
auto
problem
industries.
is the echo effect.
Right.
Is where you've got if GM goes down, all the suppliers for GM go down. A lot of the people that make, because there's a lot of people that make a lot of money on GM, and basically if they go into bankruptcy, I thought this was a pretty awful, especially for me. With I have a lease.
Right.
There, if they go into bankruptcy, whatever warranty I have
Gone.
is gone.
Yep. That sucks.
A lot. So
not to mention if they do that, like, they're saying if they go into bankruptcy, all the people that are on retirement don't get no money anymore. I mean, that's the shit that really is just like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's really bad.
These people have given their lives to this.
Or given, whatever.
No, I'm from the South. We say gave.
Gaven.
These people gave their lives for these companies, and fuck me, damn. What the fuck are you gonna do at 70 years old?
Yeah.